when you multiply radicals, you just distribute just like normal. But so we're going to take this negative 4 radical 3 and multiply it into the radical 3, and then we're going to multiply it into the negative 4. So when you're doing this, you just multiply the inside numbers with inside numbers and the outside numbers with outside numbers. So we'll have negative 4 radical 3 times radical 3. So the outside times there's only 1 in the outside of this. So we have negative 4 times 1, so it's going to be negative 4. The inside times the inside, so 3 times 3 is going to be radical 9. Then move on to the next terms, and we have negative 4 radical 3 times the negative 4. This one doesn't have a radical, right? So you can put a 1 there if you want. And you multiply the negative 4 with the negative 4 and get a positive 16. Outside times outside, and then the 3 times the 1, inside times inside. Then you move on to the negative 4, and you distribute him into both of those as well. So negative 4 times 1 would be negative 4. Radical 3 times, there isn't a radical here, right? So you can put a 1 there if you want, but that's just going to keep your radical the same. And then the last we have negative 4 times negative 4. That's going to be a positive 16. Then what you do is simplify if you can simplify, and then combine like radicals if you can combine anything. So the square root of 9 here is just going to be 3. So we have negative 4 times 3, so negative 12. And then you look at your like radicals and combine them. So the radical 3 with the radical 3 can add those together. So we have negative 16 minus 4, so positive 12 radical 3. And then we've got negative 12 plus the 16, getting a positive 4. Once everything's combined and simplified, you're done. So we'll take a look at number 4 here. Same idea, just distribute negative 2 radical 3 times the 2 radical 3 and multiply the outside with outside, the inside with inside. So we have negative 2 times the 2, it could be negative 4, radical 3 times the 3, radical 9. And then we've got negative 2 radical 3 times 2 radical 5, so negative 2 times positive 2, negative 4, inside with inside, so 3 times 5, 15. Then move on to the next, we got radical 5 times 2 radical 3, so there's no number in front of that radical 5, so it's just going to be 2 times 1. Radical 5 times 3 is 15. Then we got radical 5 times the 2 radical 5, so it's going to be 2 radical 25. Okay, then we simplify if we can. So the radical 9 is a pair of 3's, right? So the pair goes out, and then there's nothing left, so it's just negative 4 times 3. 15 is just 3 and 5, so no pairs, so that's not going to do anything. Same there. 25 is a pair of 5's, so the 5 goes out, and we multiply the 2. Okay, so those radical 15's in the middle there can get combined. So we have negative 4 plus 2, so that's negative 2 radical 15. And over here we have negative 12 and positive 10. So we add those together, we have negative 2. So we have negative 2 minus 2 radical 15. So on the next page we have division. When we divide them, we simplify the numbers that are outside with numbers that are outside, and then the inside numbers get simplified with the inside numbers. So the 2 over 5 on the outside is going to stay 2 over 5. But the inside, 5 over 125, can both be divided by 5. So that's going to change into 1 over 25. Divide them both by 5. You're simplifying the fraction. And then you keep them both inside the square root. Okay, and then what's the square root of 1? The square root of 1 is just 1. So on top we have 2 times 1, so 2. The square root of 25 on the bottom is just 5, because you have a pair of 5's. So this is just 5 times 5, which is going to be 25. So can we simplify? If you can simplify that fraction more, you would, but you can't, so you're done. Okay, if they don't simplify like that, like number 11, the 8 over 9 is not going to simplify. So then you just simplify the square roots like we did last week. So if we do a factor tree for that, We have a pair of 2's, so the pair goes outside, and the leftover stays inside. So on the top we have 2 radical 2. On the bottom we have a radical 9. That's a pair of 3's, so it goes outside with nothing left over. So that's just 2 times 3. So this is going to be 2 radical 2. 2 times 3 on the bottom, we have 6. Then we can simplify this here. 2 over 6 simplifies down to 1/3, so we have radical 2 over 3.